Because I have complete faith in you guys as professionals. So, welcome back, everybody, to... I forgot the name of this show. The Lich's Outcast Inflict the Rogues. As usual, we're just going to jump into this. You know, keep the illusion going. So, my friends, you guys have been going around dealing with a couple of things. You've been the employee of some other people, and eventually it involves you having to deal with a Lich, try to save some people, realize that there's more Gnoll problems. You've had another fantastic Gnoll guide, you've hired some mercenaries, and you've decided to deal with said Gnoll problem as best as you can. And so you did. You set up some sort of defenses. You had them attracted because of Shalashar's ability to make friends with various magic users. So far, we are doing really, really well with that sort of thing. And you dealt with these Gnolls surprisingly well, without losing a single casualty. You've been informed of this banner that had to be dealt with, and there was a very pleasant hag. During this fight, you guys found a way to deal with an Ent with a banishment spell. She made an offer to perhaps end this banishment spell, and she would leave. No harm, no foul. She tried to kill you. You returned her thing. It would be good. Understandably, that might not have been the warmest request, but turning down her offer seems to have peeved her off a little bit.
She's a spiteful asshole.
As after this,
say it how it is.
You guys did what you could to figure out where you wanted to go next, and went to have a long rest, as you had a couple of spells to freshen up. Everyone leveled up except Shalashar, who was unable to gain the benefits of a long rest, and has woken up as a skeleton still, you know. Hard to see if he's haggard or not, especially the fact that he's wearing heavy plate, but sometimes it's not feeling right.
I was raw dogging it.
Yeah, you did let everyone know you were a skeleton. You're starting to feel at home in Shah at the very least. But nonetheless,
stop giving a
you guys had things to deal with, so you got your guide, Graz Crix, the lovely Gnoll, to open a portal for you guys to get back to Milskar. Bit more talk was had as to what you guys wanted to do. There's a bounty on Shalashar and Kor's head, and they decided we'll stick back for this one. However, Nissim and Kisk, as I believe Kisk, you were going down to the town as well, accompanied by the mercenaries, you were met by a well-armored fellow. Upon further inspection of his armor, he seemed to be well-funded, as well as having the symbol of... Make a knowledge check, actually, for me, Nissim, just because you're down there.
Ooh. I like knowledge. Oh, no, that's only a 3, but it is +5, so 8.
+5. You definitely didn't recognize it, but you were informed upon having a little bit of back and forth as to where your friends were, sending a message to Matthias, being informed that this gentleman comes all the way from Aramoni, as 2 of the people under Matthias' employer currently wanted for attempted murder of another council member. This point you realize things were maybe a little out of your ability to talk your way out of this, bluff your way out of this, whatever your intentions were.
My pay grade.
Yeah, it was above your pay grade. So you yelled up to them to come down here. That's where we're picking it up. Kor and Shalashar, are you guys heading down, or what is the play as you see Nissim step away? And Nissim, do you remember what you yelled, or shall I just make it up?
I said, I'm not dying for you, get your ass down here.
There you go. That's where we come in.
And I yelled it across
a couple hundred feet.
A couple of hundred feet, but I also casted message, so I'm also yelling in your ears.
Literally, like, yeah, I swear, I don't know where they are.
And
actually, I'm not dying for you. Fuck you. Get over here.
Hey, I just have to point in the vague direction.
I like to imagine you guys are like just above, like, you know how like the hill goes up and you have like the top, He goes, it's just a little bit farther, just a little out of eye view.
And I was down with them, disguised as a halfling.
Okay.
And like, I'm just sitting there watching everything. I'm just a couple hundred feet away. I'm just kind of watching. I was like, oh, they got stopped at the gate. That's cool. That's nice. Hey, we're making friends.
So you going down, staying up, or what are you doing?
I'll go down. Like, I didn't know what I was about to begin with, so it's just like, I'll go down.
Okay. So as you head down, this elf gentleman explores unison and he goes, you've made the right choice. I'm just going to simply escort you through the town. Shouldn't be much of a problem, and then we'll get to the bottom of this. Is this everyone with your troop?
Yes.
Is there a problem?
He looks towards you and he's definitely sizing you up a little bit. You're being strangely nonchalant about this. He's gonna quickly, like,
Sorry,
just
guys.
reach down into his belt and he's gonna pull out a poster with pretty accurate description. Mask is a little off, but nonetheless, it is obvious that it's meant to be you, as well as another one of Core next to it.
Oh, this. Unfortunately, I wasn't really given any information as to why my friends here were stopped, but, I can get the gist of it.
Well, we're just going to head over to Matthias's estate, have this dealt with, and we'll figure out what happens next. I'm hoping you will come along peacefully, and we can discuss this behind closed doors.
I mean, we are working for Matthias, so he has every right to want to see us.
Now, where's the small one? And he does point towards Core's picture on the poster.
Thought he was around here somewhere. And as I'm kind of like looking around, I'll make very brief eye contact with Kurt. I don't remember. He was with us last night. We can probably get in contact with him once we get to the house. At least get away from prying eyes.
Well, I suppose we'll keep a couple of people here. You see, like, he, just because of your perception, he, like, kind of looks around, makes eye contact with a couple of people, and makes a few hand signals. As well as a couple of people that you can't quite make out.
Are the gang signs?
It's a different kind of gang sign, that's for sure. But, you know, unlike Asi and A-Rod's, these ones seem a lot more basic. They're not quite as intricate. Far simpler.
These ones are much more, like, militaristic, like, you hear.
Yeah, like something you can, like, articulate.
Yeah, like, I can see it, and I'm like, okay, I kind of get the gist of it.
Yeah. Well, in that case, shall we? And he actually kind of steps to the side of the gate and he sweeps his hand open for you guys to pass.
I'll, kind of give about, because he's elven or half elven? Like,
He is elven.
Right?
Now that you are close, you can see he is an elven fellow. Very well armored. Definitely seems like he is... Make an insight check.
Plus 8, so 15 and 8 is 23.
23. You can see, like, he has his hair pulled in front, as well as it looks like he has a couple of things in his hair, but it's almost as if he's, like, kind of tucked it back, as well as he has things to, like, pin it in place to cover his ears. So he is elven, but it seems like he is kind of trying to appear more human.
Okay. Can I kind of gauge if it's kind of like a shame thing, or is it like a racial profiling, kind of like rather appears?
With that insight, like, there's nothing shameful about this guy. He's quite tall. He's holding his posture very high.
Yeah,
same with
he's
his head,
confident as a fighter.
but it doesn't seem to be a shame thing.
Okay.
Is Cole following us, or
He's with
getting
us.
the magical components that I had asked spot?
I'm not honestly certain. I don't remember
Well, that's
really
up to
seeing this since
Coda
last-
to answer. I think that was an out of character question, was it?
Yeah.
He's the halfling in the party with us.
Yeah, so cool. You tell us. Are you following along? Where are you going?
What do you prefer?
Because you did say initially that you can kind of speak for Kerr and that you would go to the house.
Mm.
That's what he said last session. So that one is kind of up to you and what you'd prefer to do.
Well, which? What do you prefer that you want me to pick up the components first and then join you guys?
I would like it, because then we can teleport away.
Provided you have time to make a teleportation circle.
Which takes like 10 minutes. It's like, hold on, sir. I'm just
It'll give you a minute.
doodle real quick.
They leave us alone waiting long enough.
Matthias
Well,
is not
Cole,
a man.
you gotta choose right now. Kind of, like at this point, you can see like they're starting to walk down the street. It's up to you.
I'll grab the components
Alright, so
and then catch up.
that's you.
My familiar one,
Take
like,
a
fell
left
on your
as they
shoulder.
continue forward. As you guys are walking, this guy is keeping pace with the front. He's not directly in front of you guys. Instead, he's just kind of in line. But as well as quite a few other people have like kind of come out of the crowd, and it's not like a well-established escort, but there is definitely people moving along with you as well as through this crowd as you guys are pushing through this. Today, especially at this time as it is probably around early morning sort of thing, this is getting to like the breakfast rush. You have people coming out of their houses, you have people setting up their stores, you have inns that are quite busy and people calling out to you guys. But the crowd is definitely partying as you guys are moving your way through this. Soon enough, you will arrive at Matthias' estate. Quick question for you, Cole. What magic shop do you think you would want to go to? The ones you guys have gone to has been Cash's Goldheart, and the other has been the Fire Traveler, or you could find something else. It's up to you.
Well, if there's more than if there's more than the two that we've been to, might as well explore a third.
Alright, fair enough. So you want to branch out a little bit, see what else you can find. That's all I needed to know. Just double checking a note here to make sure I got this correct. And we'll get back to you guys as you are brought to... Where is it? Cool. Alright. So, you guys are brought to this place. You make through the wrought iron gates. At this point, though, as you have all been here for a while, you can see it's different guards this time, especially you, Shalisha. Everyone else, you kind of notice the uniforms are slightly different. They seem better armored. Half-plate seems to be the general thing that a bunch of the guards within the courtyard have, as well as a bunch of them have the same symbol that this fellow has. It seems to be vaguely a child shape, and it seems to be in a circle or a ring of some sort. And the ring is changing. It changes from green to gray to blue, and it just kind of cycles those colors, almost as if it's like chasing itself. Not enough to be distracting. It's a very slow, very smooth transition of these colors, but definitely even those seem to be magical.
Can I gauge if that's supposed to be like a representation of the council and like the changing of the
That's
anything
for you to inform. Being as how new it is, you can make a history check. We'll do it that way. You can make a history. And Kisk, you're following along as well, or have you...
No, I'm following.
Okay.
It's 9, so pretty much nothing.
9. You can just go, well, that's new. I haven't seen that in any of the books when I was reading about Shah. It's very, very new. As you guys are walking by, as soon as this guy kind of enters into the courtyard, a bunch of them kind of like snap to attention. walks by, doesn't even acknowledge them. The rest of your escort, Shalasha, you would notice this, have fallen back as you guys have gotten closer. None of them are really entering into this space. The door's open. They don't have the door greet or anything like that. It's very quiet within this place. Loudest thing that you guys hear is just the kind of click of your guys' boots as you're walking through. This guy just, at this point, does take the lead. Straight past the stairs, turns you into the same chamber where you guys have been dealing with Matthias. You can see as soon as you get in there that Matthias is sitting down at the desk. Seems as though he has quite a few papers in front of him, but his hands are just like clasped together on top of the table, and you can see none of his guards are in here. Same people that were outside. Half plate, different emblems. Two of them are standing and flanking the door, and another one is like not directly behind him, but pretty much like looking over his shoulder. And Matthias like looks up towards you guys, and he's just like, please, have a seat. And this guy's, well, he just kind of falls back, and he's like, please do have a seat. We just have a couple of questions to get through here, and I'm sure everything can be explained, and we can get on with this. As he's saying this, he is like unpinning his hair, and it's rather long. It seems as though he has like a large braid that almost goes down to like the mid of his back, now that you guys are inside.
I'll kneel down in kind of like a posterity kind of pose. Just instead of just like sitting down, I'm just going to basically kind of...
Well, there are chairs. There's a table that he's gestured to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's like, I just want to kneel down.
So you just want to kneel by the table instead, or?
Yep.
Slab squad.
Just take a knee.
Slab squat. Alright. What about the rest of you? Where would you like to arrange yourselves? If you need a better description of the room, I could provide that if needed.
Where's like the second fanciest?
Second fanciest? Within this place, it's kind of like a triangular table. Matthias is kind of, it's a triangle with like blunted points. I'm not sure if there's an actual name for this shape, and he's sitting at one of them. But all of the chairs are like very, not plain, but similar. There's nothing that donates this one as better than the other. You know, they have simple carvings and stuff like that. A bunch of them have like
cushions?
Like the seat itself has a cushion on the back and a cushion on the bottom, but they're not like overly puffed or anything like that.
No loose cushions around?
No. Sadly not.
Okay, well in that case, I'm gonna like take off my cloak with my mage hand and like whirl it around a little bit, be really fancy about it, and drape it over the back of a chair. Have my mage hand pull it out, sit down, and I make it look like my mage hand is pushing the chair in for me, but I just like
scoot yourself in, little wizard feet.
But like, I'm making a show of this.
Did they take our weapons?
Doesn't seem like it. They just brought you in here.
And Kisk will take his warhammer off and set it head down and pull out a chair and just plop himself in. Like, cushy.
Matthias has always been good to us.
Well, he has been a man of honor. Matthias, at this point, you can see he's just kind of like looking over each of you. And then the guard speaks up again. He goes, I'll tell you what. How about I'll let you guys do the talking. I'll jump in when I have a couple of questions, and we'll get to the bottom of this, unless you guys have any thing important you would like to begin with. I'm mostly here to mediate and to figure out what exactly is going on.
I just want to say that everyone here are good people. Whatever it is they've been accused of. I'm not entirely sure of the situation myself, but I just want you to know that they are good people. We fought side by side against an army of gnolls. I've seen them do things to help others. It's just something to keep in mind.
Duly noted. Thank you for speaking up. At this point, he can, like, take a step back. You know, he's definitely blocking the door frame, and he's in line with the other two guards flanking the doorway. Matthias just kind of goes, was I don't even know where to begin with this. Why don't we start with the pleasantries? Maybe some food, and he looks towards the guards, and they kind of like just shake their head no. And he's like, right, okay. Straight to business it is. I've been informed that there were some mistakes, I'm sure, misunderstandings.
Yes, there was.
Maybe we could begin with assuring me that this isn't true. And you can see like a bunch of the papers in front of him. There's just different copies of the bounty in front of you with like different posted amounts. And you can even see like he had to like put his own signature. Mostly, I'm just saying all of this shell share because of your high passive. And you can see like he okayed the bounty on your guys' head. But there's quite a few variations and drafts in front of him.
By my understanding, they've been hired to investigate this group of serial killers, the rats.
At this point, the guard cuts you off and he goes, why don't we let him speak instead? Both of you. You seem relatively new here. We'll let him start.
Matthias, if I may, just to ease your mind, may I cast a zone of truth? Just straight to the point.
He looks towards the captain, and the captain goes, that won't be necessary. I'll be able to discern.
Okay. So, we were hired to go to Black Hollow to secure your arrival, right? That is actually where we lost AC and A-Rod.
As you're saying this, you see another figure kind of like stumbles through. You recognize him. I don't know why I'm so bad at orientating these things when I pick such complicated names, but it is the same elf that was there during your original discussion of these events. At this point, he looks a little bit disheveled as he kind of like stumbles past the guards, and immediately he like rights himself, and he just goes,
sorry, the elf, the one who like, no, because we were hired by a human to go after them. So which elf is this? Sorry.
This would be the one that was working with Tellerina.
Oh, okay.
And he just goes, sorry, I'm late. I figured I would be here best interest of my business partners as well. I'm supposed to just keep notes here. You can see like he is glaring you down though, Shalashar, as he is speaking.
So, went to Black Hollow. We were trying to do some work. You may have heard that there was an issue with the bit of a civil uprising, and the pirates had to kind of subdue some of the rowdier townsfolk. I had a part in that. We had talked to the pyre about any information on the rats since they were doing an investigation. I don't remember his name, but he was doing an investigation bottom of the ship. On one of the bodies, there was a series of rings. We identified the fact that all of the rings were identical and had the same blacksmith branding. So we gave the information. They went and took in the blacksmith for questioning. Caused a bit of an uprising. We were there to help quell them. I cast Stone of Truth. I told them that we are strictly doing preliminary investigation. Eventually, crowd dispersed. In that same train of thought, I figured we've been plagued by another issue, so I approached the Druid of Councils. The Council of Druids, sorry. Tried to get some information, and we were approached by a human and an elf. For the life of me, I don't remember his name, but he wanted to be left out of any investigations. He had hired us.
At this point, the elf speaks up and goes, "None of this is true. As someone here to represent Darius as well as Talrina, this man is full of shit. We never would have interfered with such things." And at this point, like, he is really staring you down. This conversation never happened.
Regardless, we got a bit of a lead that the person that we were said is the one that we tried to assassinate, he may be in league with the rats. So we went in there trying to get information. A-Rod and AC were attacked, so I had effectively arranged for a bit of a distraction so I could get in there to support them. A trap triggered in the depths of the house, killing AC and A-Rod.
This point, the captain speaks up and goes, "I've heard enough. It sounds as though we gave the humans a chance. They immediately try to kill each other. So, what's the point? As far as I'm concerned, this is an admission to an assassination attempt. This is a plotting of..." He looks towards Nerlith, the elf. "This one, as well as this one, getting involved. As far as I'm concerned, it leaves none of you clean. Matthias, you're going to be stripped of your house. You're no longer allowed to run. At this point, everyone within this room, you will not be leaving. We're going to have to do some purging, clean this from top to bottom. Go show humans no time ready to join the Council of Alimony. Thank you for your honesty."
If I may.
Yes.
Matthias had hired us because there were assassinations from the rats. He had no part in this human-human quarrel. If anyone's going to be punished, it should be me. I should have used my better judgment. Matthias was strictly trying to ensure that no one was hurt at the council gathering in Blackhole.
He's simply not allowed to run. At the very least, he's shown that he's incapable of vetting help. Now then, I have a couple of things to attend to. I hope you...
What about myself and Kiss? We
As
weren't
I
involved
said.
at any of that. I only knew that he told me they were innocent.
We have further investigations to get through. I'm sure you understand, Pyre. You're probably no stranger of such things, especially someone of Sigwolf, so close to various members. I'm sure you've had lots of time with important people.
How do you think I became a pyre?
Good. Then you understand. No hard feelings.
I understand that, from my point of view, you are using this as an opportunity to get what you want.
He looks towards Kisk at this one and goes, "You seem relatively new, a bit of a neutral party. How'd you like to leave? We have no quarrels with the Oaks, so please, if you wish."
Not without my friends.
As an elf myself, I still, although humans are still new here, I still don't believe Matthias had any wrongdoing in it. As much as it would be easier just to strip him of his house, he earned this place. He's done nothing but try.
I've heard enough. But again, thank you for your honesty. I'll be back and I'll have some food sent relatively soon, but try not to. Sit tight. At this point, he just kind of turns and walks out. The other two guys close the gap. Matthias at this point is just like staring. He's like, "Why would you say any of that?"
He said he like mouthed what? Sorry.
Why would you say any of that?
Quick question. What was the spelling of this guy's name?
Which
The elf?
the elf?
Yeah.
Naarialthal.
Oh, wait, R-I-A?
Alright, I'll start again. I'll type it in the.
You like
in the
started
Twitch chat.
spell and then you just threw everything at me at Mach 5.
So neither of you can spell. Is that just like a? Is that just in your genetics?
Yes. No,
Seems to be.
I can't put it there. I'll put it in the Discord. It's a very long name, you know, for some reason. I'm like, elves, they need double vowels, they need this, they need that. You know how it is.
And there's gonna be one named Bob.
He's left here as well, by the way. And at this point, he's just walks over. He's like, "We had an agreement. You were not to mention Darius or Tarina or any of us." And he's like trying to like huddle you closer to Matthias.
I didn't say any names.
You told him you were hired to assassinate someone.
We were sent to investigate.
You used the word assassinate, and they got into traps.
Because of the fact that we were sent to investigate, and that is what they're claiming, is that we tried to assassinate him. He attacked us. That is us defending ourselves, and there was a magical item of some sort that dropped magical fire on us. If you don't call that a trap, I'm sorry, I don't know what it is.
Well, I don't think he
On
took
top
it
of
that
that,
way.
With people in the room, I very much doubt they're going to believe any nonsense I spout. If he is as serious as he is, chances are he can see through me lying.
So what's
So-
the plan now?
Me stating that I was there to investigate the rats, which I was, and there was a potential threat to Matthias' well-being, which there was. My friends were attacked, and down in the sewers, there is a section of wall which has insignias for the rats. I found it before we were inches from death, and we barely managed to escape. I lost 2 of my friends.
I'm glad your honesty has gotten you this far.
This still has nothing to do with Matthias. At the end of the day, he hired some people to do a job. We tried to do the job, and because of the fact that the person got away, who attacked us and was part of the investigation we were trying to do, now there's a bounty on our heads and he's being stripped of his title. Matthias had nothing to do with this.
Matthias
He's
is different.
like
Like,
trying to be a good man.
Salashar, you've managed to throw everybody into the fire. I was this close. Seeing my echo again. If I die here, I will find a way
very
to
quickly.
do again.
Nassim, Kisk, you are close, you are new in the contract. There is a clause, if I'm not mistaken, Matthias, that you can leave at any point. You are not bound to what actions happened before.
Matthias is kind of. I think this might be a little beyond my contract as he looks towards like the 2 guards standing by the door.
The only ones that were even aware of what happened are Kerr and myself. And I'll turn to look at the guards. If these 2 wanted to leave right now, would they be able to? They have nothing to do with this. They were hired for a week. They have nothing to do with the previous and so-called assassination attempt that the bounty now is on my head for.
The guards just kind of stare forward, don't even acknowledge your question or even look in your direction. Very quickly, I just have to jump over to you, Cole. You can arrive in a magic shop. Are you looking for something higher end, something a little strange? What sort of joint are you looking for?
Strange.
Strange. How strange?
Hole in the wall. Like, we talking Black Hollow dude with a magic hat in an alley?
I don't know if I'd go that far. But what you could find is the place that Assy and Arod were so talking about. You have heard rumors about how to locate that place, if that's some place you would like to dive into. At least I think that was this town, or was that another? Let me double check. Places.
I want to say that was a different town.
It was a different town. Nope, that one was Black Hollow. That is not this one.
Yeah.
Like I said, dude with a hat in an alley.
Dude with a hat? Yeah, we can do that. If you want, you can just find a guy selling bits and baubles. He has a nice little cart outside. Very large hat that seems to be providing shade for anyone within a 10-foot radius. He's also rather tall himself.
Okay, I'll walk up to him. Hello, sir. My master has sent me to pick up some spell components. I have a list here if you have this stuff.
Well, I'll gladly take a look at your list. I'm assuming you're an apprentice. I just want to reach down and grab it from you. What exactly is on this list, Miss Sim?
It is components for a teleportation circle, which is like, I asked for like 4 uses, so about 400 gold worth of chalk, ink, and precious gem infused chalk and such. Don't.
Mostly just like stuff for the teleportation circle.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Oh, and the materials to put a scroll into my book, because I have a scroll that I need to add still.
Ink.
Very rarely see this. A wizard's handwriting you can actually read. I love it. Fantastic.
I know, weird, isn't it?
What is
It's
the
just
what's the gold cost of your things? Because I need to know like how much spell ink you want. You know, it's you don't know. You tell me how much of each thing did you want.
I need to double check the level of this one spell really quick.
please tell me it's in Comic Sans.
I take it back. Some people never should have been a wizard.
But you can still read it. That's the important thing.
As if you read in Comic Sans, it's like a -2 to charisma. Immediately. Cannot be a sorcerer either. Magic is just not meant for you.
Fuck is this spell?
He's like holding the note in front. He's like trying to make it out. Like, how many zeros is that?
I think it would be an enchantment spell. I'm trying to find modify memory.
I think that's a 5th level spell.
Yeah, I want to say 5th.
Thank you, Encyclopedia.
Yes, it is.
I'm so good at this game.
I was talking about Justin.
Damn it!
So the components to like put a 5th spell in my spell book, and 4 uses of.
How much is
The,
one use of teleportation
teleportation circle.
circle?
What?
How much is one use?
Oh, 50 gold.
50 gold. So you're looking at about 700 gold.
Yeah.
Alright, on this point he's gonna look over these things and he goes, well, I just so happened that I could probably nick some of these things up for you rather quickly. Yeah, takes a little bit of time, but I mean, if you want to pay the express fee, I could definitely procure these for you. Call it
How much?
850 gold for everything.
Miss M, how much do we have to spend?
I don't know.
They just
I
gave you
don't
the
have-
list.
I don't have money. You and Kiss were going to go get it.
Isk, how much money do we have to spend?
Well,
Yeah,
how
how
much
many
money's
Kiss
on core?
has-
That's the.
Money that-
How much
Kiss
money's
has-
on core right
Yeah,
now?
how much money's on core? I'm in the palace, man.
Like, the only money that Kisk has is the money that I gave him for his tavern.
Yup.
Kist's most heavy thing is his coin purse right now.
I start
Kinda
patting my pockets and looking around. Oh, bloody hells! I think I've been robbed. My money pouch is gone. Can I have that list back? Oh god, I'm gonna get turned into a newt.
Just hand it out to you, and he goes, "Well, come back once you've apprehended this thief, then."
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be dead. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh god. Oh god,
Bye.
I'm gonna be
So
turned
let's
to a
reference-
demon.
As you're saying this guy's like backing away into the alley away from you. He's like, put some space.
If you're gonna die, over there. Keep the mess going.
Away from me, please.
Well, maybe I'll tell him to visit your shop before he does something nasty to me. And that way you can at least have some custom. Thanks. Bye.
This gives you a wave. Where would you like to go next, Cole, as you like back away from this figure?
I'll start slowly walking towards the manor.
Stop it.
Okay.
Don't
No.
do it.
Look at the winged cat on my shoulder and be like, you know, you need to go tell Miss M to like actually give us money next time we do this. Are you even listening? No, I'm sure you're not. You're probably talking or eating or something.
Just kind of like
Sienna
blinks its
is
eyes at
making
you.
like scolding cat noises at you.
Alright.
Don't you do it.
Well, it's going to take you a little bit. Well, we'll say, like, over the course of their conversation, you would have had enough time to have made it to the outside of the manor. Roll a perception check for me just very quickly.
13.
13. You would recognize enough to see, like, well, the guards have updated their equipment, that's for sure. There's more of them.
I actually remember that I'm in disguise self. I'll
I
walk up to him and pull up a little badge and show it. I was told that Matthias had needed to see me urgently.
Unfortunately, he's dealing with some business. You might need to reschedule or come back another day.
Can you tell him that Kerr is here to see him? I'm sure he'll change his mind after that.
Cool. I'm afraid
With a
that
K.
name means nothing to me.
It will to him.
Not really a messenger. Maybe you should just come back in another day. And this one, the other one, kind of like looks over at the thing, looks over at you, points at the name, shows him, and goes, "Cole, Yoko."
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
you!
Yes, Kerr. With a K, not a C.
He like turns the thing towards you, and you can see like your little kobold self, and he goes, "This is you."
Yes.
He stabs you to the head.
my familiar starts making like scolding noises at them, and like flitters its wings like.
You know what?
There's
I'll
a
bite.
familiar here.
Why not? Come ahead. You know, you had your chance. And he's gonna take you inside. Pass through the doors. Pass by the stairs. At this point, you're gonna hear Shalashar's raised voice as he's kind of like explaining everything, as Shalashar has been known to do. And at this point, you guys all can kind of see like Kor's being escorted in, or at least a halfling that you know is actually Kor. And he just goes to the other two guards. This one says he's Kor. We'll just put him in with the others until the captain returns. Have fun. And he just kind of nudges you inside.
I'll walk in and wait until we're alone. Or at
The
least
other-
until they-
So like, there's one guard at the back of the room that hasn't moved or said anything, and then there's still the two at the door. But the one that brought you in does turn and leave.
Oh, okay.
See everyone's arm, but Kiss just put his hammer down off to the side.
Pick up
I won't drop the spell yet. Yeah, the Sim had a bit of a money issue.
Yes, that's why I sent you two.
Yes, but I'm not the one that had the money. I had the list, not the money. So guess what?
I'm gonna slowly tell him to kiss. Didn't think to hand him your wallet before we came here.
Hey, you don't love me because I'm smart.
I mean, I would have bought it myself, but I only have 15 gold.
Twice as much as I do.
You can see the elf has gone up to the guys and he's trying to explain something. And they just kind of like push him back. The first time you've seen them move. And he's like raises his voice. Goes, "You can't keep me here. I came here on behalf of the others. I need to leave." The guy just don't say anything. He repeats himself. "Please, you need to stand aside. Let me go." Turns towards you guys. He's like looking for support. You can see he's like gesturing towards them and then you guys. Can you believe this?
Yes. Yes, I can.
I had a question for you. How do you pronounce the name of the Truth Band?
Yulvi.
No, that's Yolvi is like the
The Inquisitor.
council
The
member.
Truth
I'm
Brand.
talking about
If he was the halfling, no.
nope. Here in my notes. The Truth Band. He injected troll's blood that
Yes,
led
that.
to
Sorry, Yudvrog.
Yodvog.
Yeah, Yudvrog. There you go.
Do you mind? Stop it.
No, she doesn't mind. Matthias at this point, he's just kind of like collecting more paperwork, and you see he's just starting to like write out a bunch of messages, and he like folds it, puts it to the side, grabs another piece of paper, and he's just busy doing that.
So,
Do you want to check on your dog quickly?
are we going to be executed? Is there a trial? What's
At the
going
end
on?
of everything, it's stated that we're not clean.
Well, we're not
Realistically, we didn't do anything wrong.
wrong.
I just look at the rats.
You
look at the
kinda
rats.
did.
I mean, they were part of the rats. The rats were assassinating people, especially on the council. We were hired to go look into it. And if you don't remember, he did have the police booby-trapped, and he's the one that attacked AC and A-Rod. I mean,
No, that was his helper. Or that little
that's what I'm talking about.
asshole guy.
Dude, a little halfling.
Yeah, no, that wasn't the guy that we were supposed to kill.
But we went to the house looking for information.
Yeah, no, none of this looks good on us. Like, as far as anyone else is concerned, we are absolutely guilty of attempted assassination.
I mean, we could lead them back to that port in the wall where they were hiding. There's only so many sewers, and we found one.
If they'll go for it.
I'm going to attempt to cast Sending to Yodvog.
How does your sending spell look?
Ooh, what are the necessary components? I take this copper wire in my hand, planning for Moriel.
As you raise it, one of the guards just goes, "Please, no spells. We left you with your weapons, your books. Please wait patiently.
I need to check in with Yudvog.
You don't need to talk to anyone right now. You simply need to wait. That's all. Just sit down. Food is coming soon. Beds perhaps, and if you're on your best behavior, you can sleep here tonight."
I'll lean into the group. Also, remember, we can, like, escape to the Fey Realm if we really have to.
That would be better if we had components.
Don't need them.
Could get us back.
Oh, well.
That's a
Well, you know
future
what?
problem.
Look, one-way trip, if in case of true emergency, I'm just saying.
Just as a small reminder, I'm not a cleric at the moment. Whatever the Night Hag did to me, I'm basically useless. I can't heal.
You're muted.
You're
Oh, no, you're not.
No, I'm not.
You might just said no, not this time.
No, I'm just being really quiet.
And
Use stuff.
as you
You
told
ban
me,
it.
You gotta speak louder and just pretend you stage whisper and just say it says
okay.
quietly.
So-
Sorry.
I'm whispering this. So, I like the idea of using staff. Can you still can you still do what you did to the end?
I have one spell slot left. I probably could.
So then send someone back with some money. They pick up the required components and use the staff to meet up with us again. And then I take us back to my home. Talk to the Ember.
Does it last long enough to buy components?
No, I don't.
That's where you banish somebody who has just.
No, I
Oh
can't
wait,
cast that
oh
right
yeah,
now.
yeah. I think I get what you're saying. Yeah, that would work. Like cast it on me while we're over there. I have the staff. Yeah.
I can't cast it.
Oh well.
I feel like my bond should have gotten stronger with Juxta, but whatever the hag did, it cut it short.
Could
don't-
you help me with an equation? And out of character, I have banishment in my book. I got it with the last level.
Mhm.
I don't have it prepared though.
Well, for that, I think you just need like a.
Yeah, but I'm
short
making
or
it
long
fun.
rest.
Like,
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
instead of preparing it, helps me
Yeah.
figure out.
No, that makes sense. Go ahead. Sorry.
Do you want me to figure out an equation?
I could help, sure.
With some
we
kind
allowed
of like,
Work on
Homework.
arcane physics and mathematics.
Roll a persuasion check.
Homework.
Don't look.
I left it to the last minute.
I hate that.
I'm going to use my chrono shift and to try again.
What does your chrono shift look like? Hold on, this could be a problem.
No, it doesn't look like anything.
Doesn't?
No,
Alright.
it's a wizard ability.
Saw this? No. It's like a big
The
pang of
only
magic.
thing that will happen is that, like, for a second, I look zoned out, and I shift myself slightly to the left.
On
Enough
my
to
good
put you
side.
into AU.
What'd you get for your persuasion?
16.
16. I suppose You could, as long as you don't cast any spells, you don't cause any ruckus, and we just stay nice and calm. You do need something to do.
Yeah, exactly. Fun. Also, Kisk, and I hand you papers with a bunch of simple words because we've been practicing your writing.
Oh, thank you so much. And he like sits crisscross applesauce on the floor and just like buries his head into it.
Crayon.
And it's got the lines that you give kids so they can properly write the words.
Just practicing, tracing these.
Alright.
Your little charcoal pen to use.
How long does your
And-
disguise last, Cole?
1 hour total.
Oh, no. Got it.
By now, I've forgotten that it's actually up, though. Sal, before you two start that, would it help if you were, like, protected from evil, you think? 'Cause I have that
He already
spell.
has been. Inga already cast it on him.
It only lasts for 10 minutes.
It does?
I thought it lasted...
It's either a minute or
10 minutes. It's 10 minutes concentration.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
In that case, roll an arcane check, Cole, so then we can see if you know when you need to cast this.
2.
2? I mean, now's a good time as any. Evil is evil, after all.
Can I, Kerr, my boy,
I can
Out of
cast it
character.
right now.
you heard the guards say no magic.
Yes, but I don't look like her right now.
That's besides the point. You heard the guards say no magic. Are you really going to cast the spell right now?
Yeah, fine, I won't. Jeez. I swear, try to help some people.
I appreciate it, but I'd rather not get corrupted. I do not want...
This is why I'm starting to become convinced it's not worth it to be good.
It's not.
As you
At
guys
all.
are saying this, usual figure that meets you at the door and brings you in, steps past the guards and they have a loud, like a charcuterie board, you know, filled with cheese, meat. Put it down on the table. Bows to you guys and makes his way out. Some food has been brought.
I think that's the thing I miss about being alive the most, is all the nice little foods you can taste.
Shall I describe it to you?
Help me about it. just
Actually-
get me in there.
Kiss, make a perception check.
Yep.
What about sex? Don't you miss that?
17.
17.
It's part of this whole thing is most of the nerves in my body are dead. I can't feel much of anything.
You can see that Matthias scoots over one paper that was on top of the board and replaces it with another. And the paper that he takes, he just kind of like stashes away.
Can I see what it was?
Now you're over there talking, so with your passive, you don't make it because your passive is like what, 15?
16.
16? Doesn't quite make it.
What if I say it's 17? Will that will that make it?
But Kisk sees it.
I have a question. I probably will need to roll a knowledge check for it. But
Does Shalsha enjoy sex?
if he's dead, could I use prestidigitation to make him just taste things?
Yeah, you definitely. Probably, I'm sure you could.
This one is butthole.
Because like above among like the little effects they give is you can chill, warm, or flavor some non-living material. So if I just like flavor a coin, can you just chew on it and feel and taste?
But-
with taste?
I mean,
Taste
it's
buds.
kind of weird because it would require taste buds technically, but it's magic, so fuck you.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
like it's in your
alter
brain.
reality.
You taste it in your brain. It's more like the memory of a taste. It's a little
I'll take-
strange.
I'll try to side of hand that paper out discreetly.
Yeah, sure. Make a sleight of hand.
Come on, rogue.
Yeah.
Can't hurt.
pass-
No, not bad. 16.
Yeah.
16? I mean, that'll be easy. Like, Matthias sees you, like, grab it, and he kind of, like, cocks his head at you as you take it out from the place you put it on the board.
I'll, like,
Literally
look
just like
at it.
Can I
Nod.
look it over his shoulder because I'm
He's
right next to him?
I
Matthias is like,
really like the fact that this like
you just see Matthias, like, he moves, he's like, what are you doing?
And I'll, like, look at it for a second and then glance around
I
to someone
can't
else who can read
read.
it. Like,
Can I
these are
like?
words.
Can I like do like? I've got a better idea.
Matthias is like, put it back! Put it back!
These are definitely words. Yep.
I'm going to like go like this. and
With
I'm
your
gonna look
helm, if you are just, like, taking the time to read it, you can see that it is a message. You can understand that it's addressed to his son. It has instructions for, like, several accounts, where to move money, a bunch of other notes. You get the feeling like it also talks about, like, where there's other messages hidden around the place. And it's kind of like a giant exit strategy for, like, things that need to be done in his absence.
Aww,
And he's like,
trying so hard.
I'll slide it back.
make another
Get
sleight
back.
of hand.
Oh, oh! Can my familiar just like flap its wings and like do a lap in the air, like make it a whole bunch of ruckus?
I guess, but, like, why would he do this? If Kisk is stealthy, what do we get?
I rolled a 15.
15?
No, just in case.
Shadowshay, you'd be aware with your passive that, you know, some things are going on.
Just in case. In
know.
case.
There's a lot of action at the charcuterie board, but the guards aren't really able to see because Kisk is a very large figure. And then also you guys are in the way. The other elf in the room does seem to notice, and he's kind of like, you know, he's sticking back a little bit, and he seems a little out of place and doesn't really know, like, where to stand or what to do, and he's just kind of like doing, like, the smallest little, like, back and forth laps. Would you guys like to spend the night here? Anything else you guys would like to do? Or just, you know, pass a little bit of time and get to work doing those arcane equations?
I would
I'd-
like to get the arcane equations. And then touch a stick. Touch quiz stick.
if I feel like
Okay.
Matthias wants to talk or anything, I'll probably kind of give him the try and position myself so we can kind of talk quietly. But otherwise, probably just work with Nassim.
Okay. Kiss, Cole, what are you two?
Practicing my tracing.
I love it. You got a little work booklet out. Cole?
That is honestly one of the cutest things. The fucking just like minor illusion.
What can I say?
I
This
don't.
is the fourth time I've had to teach somebody how to read and write.
After like an hour, I get really bored and like place a cup on the floor right by a wall and stand like
Does your
20 feet away and just start trying to toss coins into it.
does your detect person end?
Oh yeah, it'll end at some point.
Yeah, it
I won't
does
even
drop,
notice.
and he's back to Cole.
My familiar will like give you hard mode and like get in the way batting at things.
Within the hour, though, the captain does return. And it seems like he has a few papers with him. He just kind of like clears his throat and he goes, "Glad to see you all being well behaved." And he struts into the room, makes his way over to the table. "I have a couple of things here for you to sign, and then we'll move on with this. The first one," and he slides over to Matthias, "this is you withdrawing from trying to get a seat on the council. We have a couple of others. For you two," cocks his head seeing Yuko and he goes, "Glad you showed up. I'll get another one of these written up for you as well. You, Shalashar, this is an agreement that you will be accompanying us to Black Hollow to hold trial.
Alright.
You, Pyre, this one slides it over towards you. It says that you will be withdrawing from this man's service, and that you will not be interfering with the affairs of Char ever again. And for you, my friend, I have nothing for you to sign, but thank you for your patience.
Yeah, he's talking to you.
Yeah, he's talking to me, right?
Yeah. So if these terms are agreeable, we can get these written up and get you out of this room. We will be leaving probably tomorrow.
You know, it's really easy to, like, slip past guards.
Well,
Like,
it's easier to
super
slip
easy.
in than to slip out. I see you're all still here.
Is that a challenge?
Kind of shrugs your shoulders at you. Your paperwork will be here rather soon. Looks towards the elf as well and goes, you also. Similar thing to you, Shalashad. It's almost like a carbon copy of everything that he's going to be agreeing to head on down and stand trial.
I'll walk up to the paper. I'll pull off my gauntlet. And I'll press my.
Before you sign
skeletal
this,
hand.
you do notice something. It says that you are going to accompany the Black Hollow, but the trial is going to be held at Aramoni in front of the council.
Okay. Well, if you wanted to get to the Flying City. No, Harmony is the Elven capital?
It's not the Elven capital, it's the new city that's supposed to be
Okay, so it is the
flying.
Flying City.
Yes, it's supposed to be flying. Not flying yet. Still bound to the oath, but
That
there's
is going to
rumors.
happen to you on the 32nd. And we're on what? The 25th, I believe?
I believe it's like the 26th now.
26th.
Yes, it is the 26th. Well then. So please, sign this whenever you're ready, and whenever you are, you can hand it to my guards, and we'll have you out of here. Do not try to leave the city, though. We have quite a few eyes around.
Nothing to hide. Pull off my
I can show
gauntlet.
you guys.
Well, I'll just like walk up and like skim the paperwork. Pull off my gauntlet. I'll press my skeletal hand into it. Slip it back on.
Some elf.
I'll pull off my helmet, and I'd like to think I still have like the remains of the elven ears, like the just skeletal frame of it,
No, just bits of cartilage still hanging on.
just the
Ew.
fleshy fun bits.
Ew.
Ew.
I'm an old elf, and I'll put my helmet back on.
If I knew that, you would have had a very different contract, but I'll make a note of this. Pyre, if you please.
I would like the chance to read it indeed.
Please.
You must understand that I cannot sign anything if I believe that it might interfere with my pyre duties fully.
At your leisure then, but you won't be leaving here until you've signed this.
That depends on if it stops me from serving the fire.
At this point, another guard returns, and he hands him a piece of paper, very similar to the one that the two elves have now signed. And he puts it down and he goes, Cor, this one is for you.
Okay, I'm gonna start reading it.
Okay. If you want it verbatim, I can have that sent to you, but long story short, it does pretty much say you admit that you were involved in something, specifically a conspiracy amongst the humans. You've played a key role in this. You are going to accompany them to Black Hollow under the watchful eye of Captain Kelthris Nord. And from there, once you have gathered up the others, you'll be standing trial with Shalashar, yourself, Nerethel, which is the elf, Talrina, Farum, one of the council members, Darius, Orsman, Yulvi, and then a couple of other names you don't recognize.
Is this something you can copy and paste into chat?
It'll take me a little bit, but I could, yes.
Would you like me to help you go over, Cole? I know some words are more difficult for you than others.
You know, I actually can read. It just takes me a little bit longer.
Out of character, I'm trying to like get you next to me.
But sure, fine.
Yep.
And Butcher, no, that was not a dig at you. You'll get there.
Thank you.
Started his lessons later than you. I'm gonna start reading the thing like quietly out loud to him.
Okay,
Slowly.
you got it.
Making sure he understands every single sentence. Hoping to bore these people into paying less attention.
At this point, like, as you guys start reading this, Kelthris is just gonna go, I'll leave you to it. Once you've signed, as I said, you can make your exit. We will be leaving tomorrow. We'll probably just be setting up something within this room to expedite travel. We have other people gathering them up, so it should be a rather short trip.
Understandable. Now, we'd like to read these in full detail. Some of us are not quite as impulsive as the dead.
I've been around for a long time. I've had no problem.
Still have not learned patience.
I will have some pillows brought to this room in case you decide to spend the night here. Kisk as well. You can leave whenever you want. If you wish to accompany us, though, I'm sure we could probably let it slide this time.
I would very much like to be there.
Fantastic. Thank you all for being so agreeable. I look forward to having these signed. This one is gonna turn and make his way out.
I'm gonna read. I'm gonna lean forward, real close to Cole, and be like, under my breath, very quietly, would you like to disappoint him?
Who?
Who just...
That elf guy? I don't know. I just want to, like, know what I'm signing first. I mean, I don't feel that I did anything actually truly wrong.
Oh, well, this is admitting to guilt by signing it.
The force
Yeah,
word
that's
is
what
this
I want to
is an
make sure of.
admission.
What?
The force word is this is an admission.
Yeah, an admission of guilt. This section here is to guilt. And
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't feel good about signing that before a trial.
Oh,
I mean, aren't trials supposed to be like deciding whether you're actually guilty or not? And if you sign this, that just completely negates the point of it.
exactly. By signing this, you admit that you're guilty, and they get that in the court. So, and once again, I whisper to you, would you like him playing with your staff?
Like who playing with?
Yours.
Yeah. No, you're... Stop actually whispering.
Your staff.
Yes. The
Would you
rod.
like to disappoint him by playing with your staff?
that's gonna come at a cost. So that's like last resort kind of thing.
I don't believe we're getting out of.
We might, maybe. I mean, if we have to use it, just make sure that the others know that you guys will probably have to be close to me. And I don't know how long it'll take or anything. Hopefully it's instant or just a couple seconds. I don't know.
If I can we step away from Matthias? I don't want to.
Oh, we're like at one little corner.
Yeah. Like, just stay away from him. I don't want to fuck him over.
There you go. That's pretty much it. It's not overly long of a contract.
We all confuse it.
Conspiracy.
And how much do I feel like the flame wants to get involved, Charles?
Make a history check.
Trained in that one. Good one. Ooh, you're shaped like a friend today. Oh, yes, you are shaped like a friend. Where's my history? I do not have that. That's still 5. So that'll be 19.
19. I mean, to your understanding, they're going to be involved one way or the other due to Sigwolf's policy and, like, need for the fire crystals. As to the amount of involvement, it depends on who it is that you're dealing with. You have notes in your backstory if you wish to look it up, where you've dealt with the Pyre, as well as their second hand Joanna, who wants something. There's also the current Jarl, who wants something else, as well as someone else in Wolfport that is trying to run for the seat of Jarl that wants something as well. All of these do eventually end up dealing with Chara due to the contract of Fingolm, but to different outcomes. Right? You would also guess, again, you were on a ship with, like, the Truth brand, who is here to, there's a vested interest to try to at least get a human on the Council of Alimony. This was gonna be a big W depending on who it was.
Do I believe that by signing this, I would impede that?
That's up to you to discern.
Well, I'm asking you so you don't need to, like, throw another thing there.
No, it's completely up to you. This is up to you.
Okay, then, can I get the full...
Oh, yes, your contract as well.
Yeah, mine's different.
Right, yes, yours is different.
That's why I'm asking if
so
I think...
yours, I can write it down as well if you want, but it basically is saying you're going to stop working with Matthias, and you're going to step away from having any involvement within child politics. You're going to distance yourself as much as you can.
I'm going to add a line to my paper.
Okay.
Actually, Sim, maybe you can help me
Yes.
word this correctly. I want to add a line that says something like, by signing this, I in no way admit to guilt in any form. I think if that was added, then I'd be okay with signing it.
I believe we need something different then. And I'm gonna pull out my own piece of paper and I'm gonna start writing up a contract that states that you admit to working with Matthias. You admit to having been approached by Darius and Telrina, who are...
Well, you don't know if he was or wasn't. You don't have any idea
Oh,
who
no, I
Telrina
do
and
know.
Darius is.
Salashar has lore dumped on me twice.
True.
I don't know their names. I did
And
not remember them until
now.
God said them.
I've got a 20 intelligence I'm pretty sure I can put together the puzzle pieces at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
We were approached
smarty pants.
by people to look into the rats, but like,
Yeah.
I didn't know their names, so I couldn't have told you.
I can put two and two together. That guy admitted that he's working for Telmina and Darius Orsman, the elf who wants to leave here, the really pretty one. So like, I'm pretty sure I can put together the pieces, right?
Probably.
Darius, that was his name.
So you admit
It
to
was.
having been
Yes, it was.
approached by them.
No,
Specifically-
no, it wasn't Telrina. It was just Darius. He pulled us aside because he didn't want anyone else to know.
Okay. I write down that Darius approached you because he feared that Sylvie was working for the rats. And you were asked unofficially
To
let him know
investigate.
if you saw anything. You did not go there with the intent to assassinate. In fact, you did not break in at all.
Technically, we did.
Technically. Okay, well then,
Actually, we did not.
Don't put that in.
I
we
did
did.
not. Nope.
Oh,
I asked
wait.
the guard to escort me
You're
inside.
right. You're right. We didn't.
would you like me to rewrite yours as well, sir?
I'm going to lean in. I put my hand on the page. I didn't sign anything, and they're not going to mention it.
They will when they take a look. Yes,
See,
rewrite
the,
them.
the paper has been left there on the table. He hasn't taken anything.
I think for the sake of continuity, if you don't mind rewriting it.
Oh, I'm already writing his, so I'll write them at the same time. So,
This is the mage hand.
have I had one arm long enough to practice writing with my left hand?
Make a performance check.
Oh dear God.
Charisma's 80.
Oh shit! Dirty 20!
30, 20? I mean, it works as long as you're writing the same thing.
Yeah! Yeah, I'm gonna write with my mage hand, and I'm also gonna be writing with my left hand, two at the same time.
The worst part, right, is you see, like, when they cast Mage Hand, instead of it being, like, their missing left hand, it's just another right hand. And they just write with it, like, the exact same way.
Just like looks over it. No, a little bit more flair. Just like coaching your mage hand.
And I'm not against lefties, it's just that if you write with a left hand in ink, you're gonna smudge it, okay? It is what it is.
I'm a left-handed person.
I'm very careful.
Right? As a wizard, it could be a problem,
And the
okay?
mage hand is not real. But I'm writing two of them at the same time. They state that you were approached by Darius. He had suspicions that Yulvi was working, and he asked you to keep an eye on him in case you noticed anything that his people did not.
As you're saying this, the elf approaches you guys again, and he's like, remove that.
I'm not saying this out loud.
I know, but he's like reading it, and you guys did have a
Oh no,
discussion.
I would cover it if he comes by.
Well, he's gonna come by, and he's like, what are you writing? What are you changing?
What's up
I'm
to
sorry,
you?
sir.
I
don't believe you were working with us, were you? So
I
don't
have
know why.
a standing agreement with these two, and he looks towards Shalashar and Cole, as well as the other two associates.
Do not have a standing agreement with me or with the fire.
But I do with these two.
Very
When they
well.
were hired, it was with discretion. You've already
I-
brought it up
I-
once that Darius and Tarina were involved. I would recommend.
She didn't say anything. Like,
No, you said with a human and another one, and you mentioned, we said this conversation
human and
never
an
happened.
elf.
If anything happened, you on your own, and now look at where I am. It was
I'm
supposed
sorry,
to be
I
a
think
simple
you're
thing.
getting rather agitated.
Of course I'm agitated. I was asked to come here to make sure he kept his mouth shut, and he couldn't even do
getting
that.
rather agitated and making aggressive gestures at me.
Yeah, well,
Move away.
we lost 2 of our members, very good friend of ours. We never got paid, so contract null and void. And also,
No,
we didn't
you
sign
were paid
anything,
half
so
in advance.
bye-bye.
You were paid half in advance.
Does the guard do anything when I tell him?
Now he's just like, you can see like they're watching, but they haven't said anything.
So if you do not make him move away from me, I will.
I'll get up, walk over to him, and just stand within a hair's breadth of him. I think it's wise if you just move.
Fine.
He's called the Butcher for a reason.
Look,
I'm
No,
gonna like.
he's gonna like.
I'll just
No.
grab him. I'm just gonna
I'm
grab him with both
explaining.
arms.
He just like lets you. He doesn't.
And I'm gonna pick him up and just walk him away and then set him back down.
As soon as you
Thank
put him
you,
down, he's
Whipper.
just gonna like look at you guys again. And he's gonna go, "Fine. I'll have you know though. We'll remember this. We had an
You're
agreement.
known as a weasel.
your boss isn't worth going down for.
And then I'll just go back crisscross applesauce back into my tracing, and tongue sticking out.
That is the most wholesome fucking thing I've ever heard, Alex.
At this point, he kind of like straightens up his robes a little bit. Walks out.
So like I said, like it admits that they were approached. They did not break in because they did not
Most
act.
importantly, we don't admit to any guilt. Alright, yeah, this is good. This is good. I can sign this.
But in a show of good faith, they are willing to accompany the captain to Blackhollow and further to Alamoni. They do not claim to be co-conspirators with anybody, though they have been in the employ of Matthias. Well, no, I'm not even gonna put Matthias' name. He's not listed as a conspirator, so they do not. They do not claim any kinship relation or relation of any sort with these.
Make an Arcana check. Because you did notice something there that would prompt this.
Ooh, Arcana. 2, 9. So that would be 24.
24. You can see like there was a space, and it seems as though it's faded. And you can see like Matthias has signed his. So you get the feeling like there's probably some sort of spell on this paper. You know, it's probably like an illusionary script or something that lets them change things.
Matthias, have you noticed anything changing about your paper that you were given?
Picks it up, looks it over. No?
Might I see it?
Passes it over to you.
Can I discern if it's also enchanted?
We'll use the same Arcana check, and there's probably an enchantment on it, but like nothing's changed, right? Now that you're like looking for it, you're feeling like this is written on like really expensive paper. This is written in spell ink. You know,
I'm going to point out to him.
probably holding like 10 gold worth of writing material.
I'm going to point out to him that both of these papers are enchanted, and at least the one that was given to Cole, the enchantment allows it to change.
I totally believe it.
Do you still wish to sign something change after you have signed it?
I don't think it would work that way. I think it's more binding. If I was to imagine, this is the same sort of contracts that were used during the Oak Wars when they were signing peace treaties. I just signed away ever running for office. And if I was to break that, they'd know.
It is most unfortunate this has happened. Unfortunately, I only came into this tangled mess after the fact.
Oh, maybe I can get it repealed or something like that. They seem to like bureaucracy.
I am adamant that you had nothing to do with it.
Well, that's probably why I'm not listed as a conspirator. Does, like, you know, gesture towards the blank space. At least I'm not, since I signed away my rights to run.
Appeared to be the case. So, you two pleased with this? And the biggest thing that's changed is they do not admit to guilt.
Now, here's
They
my
do
question. Did you write it in spell ink? If so, you're going to have to lose 20 gold worth of spell ink. One for each contract.
Considering you started writing it before you knew.
Well, I mean, they can stop and write it again now. That's why I'm asking. Do they take the time, or do they go, man, this is fine? Whatever this is. Who cares? That's up to them.
Well, I am writing it on, like, fresh punch.
Fresh parchment?
Yeah.
Then you'd be aware, like, you would be giving him something written on, like, a different piece of paper and everything. So just, you know. Expect a little bit more, you know, paper fumbling.
Oh, I don't doubt it, but, yeah, I'm not going to, like, do that, because I only have
Yeah.
100 gold worth right now.
In that case, you can just deal with it when he shows up and see what happens.
But, is this accurate?
Yeah, it's
As accurate could be. You were escorted into the building. We were just doing the job. The rats were still imposing a threat on the office. And as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm aware, we did nothing wrong trying to protect our employer and the rights of anyone who wants to run for office.
And I rewrite mine stating that, in good faith, I agree to come with them to Black Hollow and further to Alimony, but I will only stay out of child politics insofar as it is not interfering with my pyro duty and my duties to the Flame Force. As that will always come first and foremost.
Alright. Eventually, Kelthers does return, and he looks over you guys' thing, and he's like, I didn't realize you were drafting contracts back and forth here. Let me make this perfectly clear. You're not from here. We'll start with you. You're simply a guest. I don't know why this is so important to you, and the other two, sure. We can include this, I can have it drafted and signed. I have no problem for that, as long as you will accompany me and stand trial.
Of course.
Fantastic.
Well, luckily it's already drafted and signed.
Not in the proper way. These were mostly so then if you did try to leave, I would be aware and I wouldn't need to worry about keeping guards on you. That's all. Saves me a few men. So I'll get these quickly redrafted, we can get these signed, and then we can get this show on the road. As for you, Pyre, I don't know what to say to you.
I refuse to sign anything that does not include an amendment
Oh.
allowing me to pursue my duties to the Flame Force.
Just know that if you do break this, we will know. And we will put a warrant out for you. That's all. But I have no problem having this drafted either.
just as long as it clearly states that my duty is first and foremost to flame
Fantastic.
and whatever they require of me.
In that
And if that
case,
requires me to stick my nose in your politics, one might say, then so be it.
in that case, there's really no point in you signing this. And if we find you again involved or under contract with anyone, there will be consequences. I'll get these redrafted. Okay.
Very well.
And he'll disappear for a little bit and comes back with the fresh papers. Same paper, definitely in your word zone. Even if you guys would read over this, he just copied it verbatim. Pretty much trusted you.
I'm going to lean forward. Is he still sitting there watching while we read contracts?
Yeah, he's put them back and he's stepped back. You know, he's being as respectful as he
can I
can.
have this conversation then when he leaves?
Well, he doesn't leave. He's like just standing at like the edge of the room. Just.
Yeah, take the papers, right?
Oh yes, when he did leave.
Yeah.
Got it.
You jumped ahead too
Yeah,
far.
you wanted to get it as soon as he left. Same page.
I'm going to lean forward. You are be able to track.
Please
Should we
just speak and just say you're whispering.
Okay, I'm whispering.
Please.
You do realize that should we sign this, he will be able to track it. That is what he has stated.
Not try, just allow him. And I'm telling you this because you're a wizard and you've used these. So it's just, you know, they pretty much know that if you break it, they'll be like, okay, yeah, issue another warrant sort of thing. They can't locate, but they can be like, okay, yeah, these guys wanted.
That's about as good as we're gonna get.
Or we could also leave. Could I take on the price?
If we did that, we'd pretty much have to leave this continent.
I mean,
That's just...
going to have to anyways.
that depends on how the trial goes.
Well, for Salashar, I do not believe he would survive to the trial.
No, I think they would...
No, they would not.
Yeah, I think we'd last to the trial.
Salashar, do you believe that you would survive to the trial with this curse, considering it could take days?
Oh, yeah. I wasn't thinking about the curse.
You're muted.
Sorry. Honestly, I think I have maybe a week.
Could take longer than that to go to trial and have everything wrapped up and then be allowed to leave.
All I know is that I agree with you, the fact that I don't think being in a night hag's debt is safe. But I don't know any other method. I don't know.
Like I'm saying, we could go to one place, somebody goes to components, comes back to us, then we go see the
I think that is a higher chance of us, me at least, dying. In this case, you know that they, as a guard, he has a duty to the city. He is bound by his duty, and that's apparent.
Maybe
If-
you should tell him that you've been cursed by a hag.
So,
Well, technically you have been cursed by both a hag and a lich. I believe both of those marks are still there, yeah.
I told him I was like the graffiti tattoo of like someone's signature above both eyebrows.
it just says my bitch.
An abyssal.
Yeah, I think I'll probably tell them. I just think that should another opportunity present itself, and I'm saying this whispered, of course,
Of course.
that it would not go as well for me. Down a member, can't use, there's no resources to draw upon. I think I'm more of a burden. So I think we try, see if we can expedite it, see if there's a resource they can lend. If they really want to see me go to trial, they're going to make damn sure I go to trial.
I don't think I care if you get there in one piece or not. Or what condition you get there in.
At this point,
when
I
the-
will be returning with the paperwork. I'm not interrupting, am I?
I was actually hoping to talk to you about something. Since we are going in good faith
Are you?
to harmony with you.
You hold up your paper and put it down on the desk.
There's a small issue. We have been accosted by a failed Lich, and I have been
V
marked.
is incorrect. This is you. I've just
Yes.
been dragged along for the ride.
Long story short, I've been marked by a night hag and a failed Lich, and chances are I won't be able to live long enough to see it go to trial.
Oh,
I was hoping to get out of here and contact the hag and find a way to resolve this. But
I was hoping to take him before the Ember.
well, it just so happens that we could help each other out then. You see, we're currently looking into a deep conspiracy here, where the humans are conspiring against each other and showing their unwillingness to work together. I'm looking for key witnesses. Perhaps, if you are willing to instead show up to alimony on such and such date, and testify against the other, and let the humans know they're not ready for a seat at the table, we could drop all charges. You just need to testify that there was a conspiracy, there was attempts on other people's lives. Clearly they're not ready.
may I testify without someone else's words in my mouth?
As long as you can testify that there was a conspiracy, and as it says here, you were approached. I mean, this is pretty much everything I want you to say at the trial.
I'll testify. I'll do what I can.
Fantastic. In that case, you just sign this. You agree to show up on the 28th. We're good to go. You can all be free today.
In that same vein, is there anything that you can do for me to
You mean
help me regarding
besides
this mark?
dropping conspiracy charges, assassination attempts? Besides waiving all of those, you mean? This isn't a generous enough deal.
Well, I'm curious as if you have any magical ability, anything that I can work with you person to person regarding, like, outside of this circumstance.
I've never dealt with night hags, but I could look into something, and I could have someone able and willing to help.
If you don't mind, we'll still be in the city. We'll still be in Black Hollow at the selected time. Sorry. We need to be in Black Hollow to be taken to...
No. You just need to meet us at Harmony now. The rest will be
Oh,
right
sorry,
up.
we're just going straight down.
Yes, you're witnesses now. That's all.
No, that was out of character. Yeah, I mean, we'll be on track for the trial. I don't plan on. I just would like some freedom from this mark, if possible.
And what date would the trial be?
The 28th.
The 28th.
I want to get these drafted one more time. They're simply going to say you were involved in conspiracy. You admit that you were approached and that the humans have been conspiring against each other. And that you will admit to this and just say what you need to say, but there was a conspiracy and that much is fact. Correct? Fantastic. I'll get these drafted. I'll be right back. He leaves again.
I start to look just a little bit gleeful about this.
You see Matthias, like, looks at you guys, and he grabs a piece of paper, just rips it in half.
Can I see kind of what was on it?
Sure.
Like if it was a letter or...
With your perception, because he kind of, like, he was showing it, it was a deed to a castle. That was meant for you guys, and he just fucking ripped it and threw it.
If I can I approach Matthias?
Yeah, like, he's just standing there, you know, he fucking rips and just throws it.
Matthias. I'm gonna drop my voice so, like, the guards don't hear anything. When I go to trial, I'm going to be honest. Out of character, sorry. The rats, was it primarily any one race? Or is it just, like congregation?
Everyone said it was mostly humans. But, like, but, you know, the one that you found was an elf and a half-elf.
Okay. When I go to trial, I will tell them that there was a conspiracy. The rats, from what we know, are human, and they had a vetted interest in either eliminating who was on the council or...
What do you think's the narrative they're trying to spin?
That humans aren't ready.
Exactly. There's a conspiracy, you show up as witnesses, that's all they need. There isn't going to be a human on the council. There's going to be the elves and the dwarves. Same as last time.
And that's why
Salashal, earlier you had told me, wasn't it an elf and a half-elf that were the rats?
I did not say any.
To pit humans against each other?
I said the one that we ran into was a halfling. That is all I said. Because I don't know the rest. That's
all you need to understand, there's 12 elves on that council, 6 dwarves, 3 orcs, 1 human. Was going to be, instead it's going to be what? Another elf? 13? Because they need even more?
And that's why I think it's... As being an elf myself, I have no tie to this land. I have no tie to the politics. There's no racial biases within me. I report things as I see it. I was hired to do a job because there was pressure. Oh. Why would I vote for a human if I didn't believe it? Why would I vote that... Why would I say that you're innocent if I didn't believe it?
I get it. You're doing the best you can. We've been outmaneuvered at this point. It is what it is. I'm out of the running, and they're going to make damn sure that there isn't going to be another running. We took it as far as we cared.
At this point, Kerr, you had told us about the... Yeah, you did tell us that...
the city exists.
City exists, right?
Yeah.
As you're saying this, the captain shows up again with his papers.
I'm going to walk back over. I'm just going to, like... Give me a second. And I'll walk back over to Kerr. You have an idea where that city is, right? I'll say this kind of like in a kind of conspiratorial.
I'm also going to ask the man about things. We are allowed to go off Rome as long as we arrive at Aelmoni by the 28th.
I mean, basically. As long as he's going to testify that there was a conspiracy amongst the humans.
And you'll have no problem with us gallivanting about until...
As long as you show up on time. Besides that, I couldn't care less.
Of this month or the next?
I want to be rather quaint. We live on a continent where there's dragons, magic, fools with weapons of all sorts. As far as I'm concerned, I can't imagine doing any more damage than any of the others out there, so do whatever you want. Just show up.
Yes. On next. One is 2 days from now.
Mm-hmm.
One is a full month. Which one is it?
Say that again?
Is it the 28th, child? Is it this month or next
Of
month?
course it's this month. You think we were going to go to Black Hollow at full expense for nothing? We have an election next month. We need this dealt with before then.
So, you're rushing it.
Of course we're rushing it. Justice needs to be quite expedient at times. It's a cut and dry case. So please, show up, sign your things, and we can be on with this.
And can I be shown a silk for alimony so we might be able to get there in time?
Go to the Fire Traveler. I'll put the money down. They'll know who you are. You're a rather recognizable bunch.
Whispering back to Zelshar, no, actually I know exactly where it is. Or at least an entrance to it.
What do you think of humans on Char? I know that the elves are very biased.
Honestly, the longer I'm been on this continent, the less I think of all the races.
As an elf myself, I'm starting to really dislike the biases that we are grander than humans. We all have our folly.
You're whispering this?
Well, I'm asking him, like,
Yeah.
is it this month or
Mhm.
next month? Can I please get a clear answer on that one?
Should we tell the elves at trial that there is access to the city, that humans have an actual foothold?
Oh God, no. They'll
We let their
bury the information. No, that's something you want to spring on them so that they can't prepare for it. And you can only do that when we have like absolute proof.
out of character, how long is it before the trial?
2
Because
days.
today's like
I'm like saying
And
that
you guys are
out
like
loud.
partway through
talking
this
to him.
day.
But what day is it today in the month?
The
The
26th.
26th. And
Okay,
it
so
is
2
like
days.
beyond noon at this point.
Okay.
Day and a half.
I think we need to talk to Sarah and Danny.
Aren't they kind of out of commission?
No, out of character, they did get the Greater Restoration to repair their minds.
Oh, okay.
I think we talked to them. At the very least, they're looking for information. They're like me. They're looking for the city to learn.
Yeah,
Maybe
but-
we
Maybe we
bring
what?
this to them.
I could visit the pub travelers to look at and leave.
Anyone that goes down there is probably gonna wind up dead.
At this
Or
point,
worse.
the Cali captain has like stepped past you and he's like, just mark it down. It's in 2 days. It's hard to mess that up. And I'm like, put the papers down. Now, sign this, and when they're done, you let me know. You can leave. I'll see you in 2 days. It's been a pleasure. And he's gonna march his way on out of this room.
But now that he's gone, so continuing to whisper to Tsao, remember, my dad is down there, and yeah, he doesn't really like visitors.
We can deal with that. If that's
Can
something
we?
you want to pursue, we can deal with that.
Can we?
But
I'm not sure if we can.
We could, theory, go
I
there. After I've
my-
moved the circle to Aomoni, wait, lead him to us, and then we all take a trip.
my
That would
question
be cool.
is it worth giving the information that humans do have a rightful foothold?
Yes, but not yet.
So it's something that we should pursue. If we had more time, I'd say that we should go take a look and explore it, but we have a day and a half.
Not enough time.
Is
And we also have yet another, not to pile on our problems, but we also have yet another problem that's going to need to be dealt with at some point, and this is not the place to talk about that.
So we sign then?
I think we
Yeah,
find that.
sure. Yeah, I'll dip my claw in some ink and put an X on mine. I'm sure that'll do.
I signed mine, full title. You know, I personally believe. Actually, no, I'm gonna wait till we're leaving.
Do you sign Shalashar? Alright,
Yep, I'll sign.
alright, so you guys sign, and then whenever you want, you would be allowed to leave. You just have to hand them over to the guys at the front.
So, Butcher, you still want to go buy a shop?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I finished my tracing.
Oh, hey, that's looking good.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you. I'm getting there, slowly but surely.
Were you still willing to pay for me to acquire magical supplies?
Of course. Well, it's Salashar's money, really.
I appreciate you so much.
I will hand over. What was it? 800 something?
850, I believe.
Yeah, for the expedience of it.
Alrighty. Just wanted to mark
Ooh,
that.
Nassim,
Hmm?
if you happen to like come across a vendor with like he's really tall in a shaded spot, has a hat,
Mm-hmm.
tell him that you did like had to do something really nasty to your assistant. If he like lost a bunch of money or something.
I shall.
Yeah, don't. It'll be
If I
fun.
come across him, I'll ask him, like, hey, have you seen this random description of a person?
The halfling that I disguise myself as. It'll be funny.
I was punishing him for losing money, and he's escaped.
Well, whatever you want.
Alright. So where are you guys off to?
I'm going to Cash's Gold Highs, because that's why I've been going for all my magical needs lately.
Okay. Matthias is gonna like give you guys like a week like bye. I was like, got some papers I'll sign.
I'm gonna lean into Matthias before we leave. The Human's Day will come. It's just not today. We're slowly working on it.
Never is. Thank you for your service, Cole.
Yeah, such as it has been.
I'll walk back over to Matthias. If I may, can I speak to Nikolai? Is he somewhere in the city?
He's upstairs in his room with the twins.
Sure, this
Perhaps we
is.
shouldn't bother him then if he's with them.
It's not like that.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure it's like.
He has feelings for them, but he can be a little awkward at times. I don't think it's worked out that far or that well for him yet. Yeah, there's a hope.
I don't know. He got the message from a demi-lit. And it might into his
I
sword.
mean,
It probably
we
is like that
did
now.
a lot of the heavy lifting on that. Actually, more specifically, Kisk did a lot of the heavy lifting on that.
I did my best.
Did we all meet up at a tavern? Or an
Could
inn?
use a drink.
You still have the money I gave you, right?
I do.
Meet up at the Swallow?
I think the Swallow. I'd like to talk to Danny and Sarah and Nikolai before all this goes down.
Kisk? Let's go get you a little shop or something.
That will be
Little shop of
great.
horse.
Feed me,
Little shop.
Seymour.
Little shop of horse, little shop.
That is not what I heard.
Alright, so you two off to there. Sim, I assume you're on the search for a strange tall fellow with a big hat.
I'm going to look for
Oh yeah, Cassius. You said
guys
Cassius.
and then I'll just wander around town for a little bit. To,
Got
like,
it.
feel like it's time to go.
In that case, I'm gonna start with Shalasho, because unless you guys are like sprinting through town, he'll reach Nikolai and the twins first.
Just take a break next week.
Just booking it. Get out the way! Right. Yeah, I mean, Matthias will have one of the servants. And like, as soon as you guys like signed, you see like these guards just like turn and leave as well. They're like, well, no, they leave the premises. And you like, you know, as you guys are like going outside, you can see a bunch of the guards are gathered there. They haven't like fully left, but they vacated the premises and now they're just like holding like a loose guard outside, but they're no longer within the building. And Matthias will tell you Shalasha. It's just upstairs, and then there'll be end of the hall. Take a left.
Thank you. With any hope, you've been nothing but good to us. With any hope, hopefully I'll see you on the council one day. And I'll give him like a
Humans
small
don't live
bounty.
that long. But maybe. I'll try to get it appealed. I have some messages to write. Down but not out.
I'll, as like a little thing, in case you ever want to live past your
No.
operation, I'll leave you a good word in Yun. Just like turn on my heel and leave.
Alright.
And I'll head upstairs.
Alright. Quite a few doors on either side. It's actually like still very like that Spartan sort of like just very nice wood, but like not really like decorations. Like the nicest thing up here is instead of like torches, they have like lamps and quite a few windows here that are like letting in natural light. But you know, it's nice, but like definitely like you'd almost be like, did they just move in, sort of thing.
Yeah, it seems a little barren, but it's just like a nice,
No.
nothing fancy.
And like not a speck of dust or anything like that. Like it is like clean. Why don't you can look around or you can follow the directions. It's up to you. There's probably like 5
Just follow
doorways
directions.
within this hallway, and you make it to the end of the hall. Take your left, and there's like a single door, and it's actually like a double door.
Yeah, I'll just kind of I'll approach the door and I'll knock on the door.
Make a perception check.
17 plus 16. 34?
Well, you can definitely hear some voices, and one of them is quite raised, and it sounds like there's quite a few things. But like as you're like walking, you can hear like the voices are like getting hushed as you get closer. And then
I'll approach the door and I'll knock on it and I'll be like, Nikolai, it's Solashar.
You hear the sound of like people running around and like a couple of other things, and then he opens the door and he's a little out of breath. Fully clothed though.
Can I see a passport? Is he kind of like shooting himself in the frame?
Like he's trying to cover a little bit, but like you look beyond, like you can see like they have like a bunch of pillows on the floor, a bunch of blankets. You can see like several books scattered across the floor. You see like a bunch of maps and stuff. You can see Danny is like leaning against the bed at this point, and she also has a book, and she's like burying her face in it. And you can also see like beyond into this room, there's like a bed, there's a writing desk, there's this nest of papers they made, as well as like another double door that like lets out into a balcony. And definitely the light coming in is the biggest source of light into this room. And he's like,
Is this a bad time?
no, it's perfectly fine. What can we do for you? He looks over his shoulder, he sees like everything seems a bit more relaxed, and he kind of like steps to the side so he's not like fully blocking the view, and he goes, no, everything's great. It's
I
fine.
was hoping to talk to Danny and Sarah, and since I know you have a vested interest, you... May I come in?
Yes, where's my manners? Yeah, no, please come in. We were actually just looking over the maps. Danny like kind of like peeps her head up, and she like gives you a little nod. And Sarah, you can see like she's moved off away from like the balcony now. She's like just awkwardly fumbling with stuff on the desk, like she's rearranging stuff.
Refresh my memory. Danny and Sarah, are they humans? Elves? Half-elves?
They appear to be half-elves. And also, you can tell, like, they're not actually related. They are very different eye
Just
color.
very
But, like,
close
they've
friends.
done their hair the same, they have similar haircuts. When you look at, like, the actual facial features and stuff like that, you're like, if they're related, you don't see it. You know, and you mostly get the skin because of your perception.
Sorry to intrude. So I'm guessing you've heard about the bounty, how we're would-be assassins, all of the things going around town?
Yes, and I was told to stay in my room and, you know, just gonna be here for a little bit until you guys showed up, but I'm assuming it's dealt with now? Everything's fine?
We are going to trial. We're going to Armony. I'm going to talk to the council in regards to how there is a conspiracy between humans. That much we can't disregard. The rats, whatever they're doing, they're trying to control information. But on that same vein, I don't believe it's right that the elves, the orcs, the dwarves have the main hold over Char.
I mean, you wouldn't be the first to say it.
We have come into information. We know where the city is. We can prove beyond a reason of a shadow of doubt that humans...
At this point, Danny kind of clears her throat, and she's like, gestures like, please, and she heads towards the center of the room, and she's like, we were actually just talking about this. We were going to try again to get into there. We know what's down there now, so odds are.
It turns out that he was born there, more or less. He knows how to get there. I would like to make our way there and explore it to get some proof that humans do belong.
Good, we'll go with you. This is fantastic news.
The problem with that is we have a day and a half to get to Armony for the trial. If we break that, they're going to put the bounty back on our heads. So I would like to find a way to after the trial to find another way in front of the council again and give this proof. We just need time to go explore. And I'm assuming you two will want to come as you as well, Nikolai.
Kind of like nods his head.
I can't guarantee if what it seems to be is true. We know there's a beholder down there. What else? I'm not entirely certain.
Well, at least then we know what to prepare for.
But we need to find a way back in front of the council to give the proof. I do not believe that your father should have lost his place or the house.
He lost his what?
He is no longer running for the council. I didn't
Yeah, at this
see-
point, Nikolai, like, moves past you. Like, he just exits the room. He's, like, headed downstairs. And you hear him, like, Father? Father? And Danny and Sarah are just there, and they're like,
I love how often
it's a little
you say
awkward.
the wrong thing because you keep talking. It is a character trait at this point.
No, that's autism and my brain not being able to understand that what comes out of my mouth might have.
I like that, just Shalashai the character. He just says, you know, whatever is true, he's like, he's overly honest.
Talking until it gets to like the worst point it can.
Yeah, your father just lost.
Strong, and then just keep
But
going.
anyways, back to the scene.
Down the hole.
Sarah, like, looks over, turns around, like, just heads right back to the desk, and Daddy's there. She's like, okay, well,
So
like you were saying, that's good. We can prepare.
I think if we get this information and what I can possibly say at the trial to vet for Matthias, I am hoping that we can get humans a spot on the council.
There's only one way to find out, I guess. But please, why don't you tell us, like, and she's holding up the map, like, where is it, if you know?
We'd have to talk to Kerr. I wanted to approach you two before we got anything set in motion. If there's
When
anything
will you be back, then?
We're going to the Sparrow tonight. If you'd like, I'm fairly certain that Kerr can give you the location. But you do need to promise me that you're not going to go without us.
Oh, I can't promise that. When will you be back? How long do we need to wait?
I'm not exactly certain. The trial, we're supposed to be in Harmony in a day and a half on the 28th. I'm not certain how long it's going to last. A day, a week.
Oh, can you pick a day? Please?
I want to say a week.
Okay, a week.
Safe. I know this is what you've always been looking for.
Well, we can wait a
But-
week, you know? Mind Flayers, Beholders, they give us a lot of time and a lot of things to prepare for in a week.
I will be in contact with you as I can. If I need to cast Sending, I'll give you a better timeline as I can.
Are you
I
going
just
to
don't
be there when the city goes up?
believe so.
Because we could probably see that as well and then head back here together. Sure, Nikolai
Yeah.
wouldn't mind.
We're going to be escorted to Black Hollow, so
Wasn't that supposed to be 32nd of the next month? Because that's after the council.
Yes, you're right. And Sarah actually points that out. She's like, that's next month, dummy. And Dan's like, okay, fine.
So I get a cookie.
No, you don't.
I know your calendar better than you do.
At least
Well,
inspiration.
Fine.
Tala
I'm stingy though, so we'll consider it.
will be in Harmony, so if you want to come to the city with us, if not,
No, we'll stay and we'll
that's it.
prepare and we'll see you when you get back. You got a week.
I'll let you know if there's any delays.
If not, we know where the Mind Flayer was. We'll find him again. There has to be something down that way.
It's going to be deep. I have a feeling. But just be safe. And I'll be in touch, okay?
Okay.
And sorry for the unfortunate news. And then I'll just kind of like turn on my heel. I'll give like a small bow and turn on my heel.
Okay. You just hear both. I'm like, bye.
Yeah.
Yes. You got your cookie? Is that a biscuit or a cookie? Alright. Want to jump to you next, because you were looking for Cash's gold hide. Anything in particular, or shall we kind of expedite this a little bit? As always, I'm running short on time to wrap things up. So you tell me, if you need time, we'll take it. If it's just, here's my money, you know what I want, we can do it that way too. You tell me.
I want components for my spell. I want to be able to put modified memory in my book.
Okay. Gonna
So
be...
5th level spell. And, some
Do you still want the
stuff
full
for
uses?
Yeah, I doubt he has anything for 100 gold, does he?
No, so it's gonna be the price that was quoted to Cole, basically.
Well, the price that was quoted to Cole included an expedient cost.
Yes, but these things are still mugged up, so it's gonna be that anyways.
But I'm a regular customer. Can I try to, like...
You're not that regular.
I've been in here every time we've been in town.
Make a persuasion with disadvantage.
I have been here so much. I have spent all of my money here.
Yeah,
Literally. That's a 10.
a 10. I'll give you 10 gold off. Look, these things aren't cheap. Do you know how long it takes to crush up the gems? Like, you're not paying for my time. You're paying for the miner's time. You're paying for the gem crafter's time. And then you're paying for my time.
I'm
like, it's
going
not
to
that easy, okay?
I am aware.
Like, this is my cut. I'm giving you my cut, okay? And the reason is so then you can come back here. You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Thank you. My purse is near empty when I leave, with 17 gold. But, put modify memory in my book.
And
I'm gonna go right to where we're supposed to meet and start working on that.
Alright. You will arrive. Cole and Kisk, what are you two doing?
Buying a tavern.
You want to buy the full tavern?
Yeah, how much would that? Well, last time you quoted me would be around 2,000 to 3,000 gold.
Depending on where you bought it. That was the main thing, right? So
yeah,
this was one of the cheaper areas.
How would you like to
give you
go?
3,800.
I want to walk in. I want to kind of look at the place. How does it look inside? Well kept or kind of?
At the Sparrow?
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Just walk in, put the coin and purse on the counter. Get out of my tavern.
This is definitely a very, very nice tavern. Just roll a history, just because you've kind of traveled a little bit.
We got a minus
things
1
in
to
an
history.
earlier description that might matter to Kisk here.
16.
16. You would be aware, like, even though this is a smaller town than the other ones you've been to, right? You've gone through the Oaklands, and then you went through Black Hollow, and you ended up here, you know, so you've passed, like, Wild Valley, you probably might even have passed through Fay Pond at some point. This is, like, the nicest large town, right? It's not quite a city, it's a town that you've seen. The roads are extremely clean, the tavern here, like, everything is, like, pristine. To your understanding, you would understand, like, there's a lot of money being put back into this, probably because of whoever owns the town, right? When you've gone to places like Wild Valley, where there isn't a lot of that, it's a lot more ramshackle, and that would be more like your 2,000 or, you know, a couple hundred gold to, like, get into a place, right? This one, you're like, they're probably getting subsidized, they're probably getting a lot of money put back just to, like, be here, you know, so it would be one of the more expensive towns to try to buy into, just because. But you would also realize, I know the dude that owns this town. I was just in his room.
That's true.
And Charlie just threw him under a bus.
Yeah, I don't think now might not be the right time to be like, hey, can I buy a tavern for cheap in your city?
You can try. But you're like, you kind of come in, you're like, oh, this is really nice. You're like, this is like nicer than some of the ones in the city. And then you're like, wait a minute. Let me connect the dot or two here.
I'll look to
Use
Cord.
all 8 of your intelligence.
What do I have for intelligence?
Plain.
I think it's an 8. Yeah, it's an 8.
Spontaneous.
Ah!
But you know, there are other towns along the coast and stuff as well. You know,
Yeah, I'm gonna look down to Cord and just be like, I don't think this is within my price range right now, but I will buy you a drink. Maybe this isn't the right town to buy into.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't really have the coin for a place this nice. Well, it won't stop me from enjoying the drink, though. That's for sure. Excuse me, barkeep.
Don't towards you. He already has, you know, quite a few. Yes. Oh, what can I do for you? You look thirsty.
2 ales. Yes, very thirsty. So is my friend here. And I'll like have my hand on Core's head.
Wow. Does he want the big glass as well?
Make it a double.
And he's gonna
Something sweet and alcoholic.
sweet and alcoholic. See what I can do. Just gonna
Much appreciated.
shuffle some things. Eventually, what he puts up for you is like this big stein of what you guess is probably mead, and then for Cole, you see it's similar sized glass, but he has like a wine bottle like upside down in it, and it's just like dumping wine out into it.
How much do I owe you?
Well, yeah, getting a room, spending the night.
I think yeah, we'll get some rooms.
Yeah, we'll be spending the night here.
Oh, how many rooms do you
Yeah.
need?
Are you guys at the Swallow too?
Yeah.
I'm just in the corner at a desk. There's like pud biscuits and a cold tea.
I want to buy a round for him too. He needs it. And I'll point over to the sip.
Wow. Why don't we
Or
just
room.
say, open tab, sort of thing. Deal with it then. I've seen this one on Injustice Story course, so not too worried about it. But you guys have done a couple of things for the town, so
Much appreciated.
settle up next time we see.
Much appreciated, definitely. We've had a rough day. It's been a long one.
I believe it. He's gonna put up another drink. And sure, you can also survive whenever you want.
Actually, I'll slide over 10 gold. Just let us know whenever that runs out, and then we'll give you some more. I know it's a bit much. It'll last a while though.
Oh, you got it.
Hey, Butcher, I just had an idea.
Yeah.
Instead of a tavern, what if you got like a
Brothel?
small ship and did like food while going up and down like the coastline and like food with a view. Something to consider.
That is not a bad idea. I've never really thought about doing something like that. I can call the ship Anya's.
Maybe have some gambling tables or something. I don't know. It was just a sudden thought.
Let me ask you this, Core. How was the brothel?
Wild. It was that was quite the experience.
I've been thinking it's been a long time since Anya died, and maybe it's time I moved on. Try to, at least. I don't know. I don't know if the brothel's really my scene, but would like to find someone.
I'd go with you. I was this close this morning.
Maybe we'll have
I
to
would-
make a trip.
I'm
I
still
would
frustrated.
say I would say stay away from the Loxodon. She is surprisingly strong
I can imagine.
in ways you would not imagine.
Well, now I want to go there.
The Kegels, my dude.
You sickos.
Well, I'll keep
Yeah,
my
that's
eye
how I
out.
feel. I mean, if nothing else, it'll take the edge off.
Yeah, I'll probably get a few more beers in me, and we'll see what I do.
Alright. So how would you guys like to spend your night then? Drinking at the Sparrow?
Do I think I'd still have a chance?
That's up to you.
I'm gonna go see if I can find him.
High or low?
Low. Like my expectations.
Alright, so you head out into the night. What about the rest of you?
Before I left Matthias's house, I wanted to see if I could just look for the guard from Harmony, and just
Want to try to find him?
I'm sorry.
You want to try to find him?
Yeah, just to let him, like, since we talked about maybe getting, like, helping me with the marks, basically just tell him that I'll be at the Sparrow.
Oh, okay. Do you want to just pass the message along?
Yeah, especially if, like, the guards are outside, then pretty much just pass it off and then head over to the Sparrow.
Alright. Cole, Kiss, what are you two doing?
After I've got some liquid courage in me, and if no one else has anything to do, so
I have one
like
thing to do. I'd do it at midnight.
Cry?
maybe. So, yeah, not to, I really don't want to pile on to our problems, but there is something you need to be aware of, and I think it would be better to show you than to explain it. So, I'm in the third room on the left. Give me like 10 minutes and then meet me up there?
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and take off my all my armor and unwrap the wrapping and then take a sheet and wrap that around me. And just wait for everyone.
Well, Nassim won't be showing up. Nassim's
As long as you
hounded.
do it early enough.
If you want. Do you want to be there?
Sure.
Alright. We've all opted
I'm
in for
assuming
Cole the
that
Flasher.
Zelda will get back while I'm finishing up adding modify memory to my book.
Alright, fair enough.
And before I like,
Actually, yeah, that's gonna take you an entire night. Yeah, you're not getting laid. You're doing
No.
homework.
it doesn't take that long.
I'm
does
pretty
it?
sure it takes an hour per spell level.
It takes a while.
Yeah.
So, like,
But it
you're...
was noon. It was noon when it was around noon when we left.
Yeah, so it's gonna be 5 p.m. and then you still gotta do a long rest if you want to wake up in the morning. So it's, you know, it's up to you.
I can take a
You know,
long rest.
I want to say it's gonna be closer to like 2 when you guys like get everything finished and like you retire to the tavern, sort of thing, right?
Well,
So it'll take 5
can
hours
go
there to
out-
7 p.m.
I can go out at 7.
But long story short, yeah, you guys can all be there for core.
Yeah.
I assume the 10 minutes pass.
Yeah.
I'll be the first one up. Knock on
I'm
the
following
door.
you.
Are you decent?
Josh, are you there as well?
I think I would be.
Okay.
I'm not decent, but come on in.
Alright. I'll open the door.
Barracks rules.
So, yeah, Kobold
I'm in.
clutching a cloth around him, his armor piled in one corner.
Oh yeah, close the door, maybe lock it just to make sure. So,
Are we having a bath in here?
no, I haven't taken a
like-
bath in a while. I actually haven't taken a bath since this happened.
I mean,
I don't know what's going on. I've been trying not to think about it.
Puberty?
Maybe? I don't know. Maybe someone else has an idea?
Is there like a weird growth where things normally wouldn't be or weren't before?
Yes.
Why don't you just show us?
Oh, whoa there, buddy.
I just dropped the sheet. Put down on my chest. Yeah.
Oh,
I have
So,
no idea.
As you drop it, because his eyes are currently open and the binding is off, you just see like a big bright purple eye in like the center of his chest, and it like looks around the room and it like focuses on you guys, and you can see like the iris is focusing, like it actively is seeing you.
Does it hurt?
just
DM, does it hurt?
It feels a little dry once in a while. Like, it's not painful, but like if you were to like smack it, you'd be like, "Ooh, ow, fuck, my eye's watering."
Doesn't really hurt. Just kind of, yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
I feel like a lot of things right now.
Yeah, I
Whenever
that's
one
why I
of you
haven't
talks,
said-
it like
said
focuses on
anything.
whoever talks. It's intense
that's what-
eye contact.
yeah, we've been going through so much. I just didn't want to add on, but
do you think this has anything to do with your father?
maybe not the first time this happened, or something like this. I kind of grew an eye on the tip of my tail, and so I cut it off.
Is that what happened?
As one does.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I mean,
And no
sometimes
one asked about it, so I just let it be. I thought the problem was fixed.
Fair. You guys throw a lot of shit at me.
Yeah, that's been our life for like the past
But 7 o'clock
month.
now? I'll be back at 11.
It's just
Okay.
loading.
I'll be
All
like
right.
10 then.
Sure. Nice to see where your priorities are.
Well,
You're gonna need it.
Sometimes you.
No, I get it. Go get that relaxation. You'll need it.
Kiss, did you still want to get back in the game?
You know what? Yeah.
Wonderful.
Oh wow, threesome. That's gonna cost extra.
We're not paying, but we're gonna go make some fun. Now
Good
give
luck,
me
you
one
guys.
I'm gonna poke the eye really quick before I leave. What is it?
Oh fuck! What the hell?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it would hurt.
It,
I
like,
was just checking.
starts watering,
It's an
like
eye!
opens
I
up,
was
the
just
eyes like really
testing.
red.
I was
It's a
just
giant
testing it.
eye.
A single tear dripping
Alright.
out the side.
All right, you two get out of here. Make sure you wear your
Oh,
sheepskin.
So,
Any ideas? Should we just leave it alone and pretend it doesn't exist?
give me some time. I'm going to. I think I can still cast a ritual. I want to ritual cast detect magic,
Okay.
and I want to see if I can garner any information from the eye, what its basis is.
It's made of the same stuff that Core is.
It's not magical in nature.
Not Core is magical in nature. Faintly. Seems one and the same with Core. You also can see something else. You can see on his forehead, there's another concentration of something. There's another one that's going to be here on his neck on either side. And when you count it, you get to a total of 8 eyes. Including the one that's already there. Including the one he chopped off, it would have been 9. So he's would have the same eyes number of eyes as a beholder.
Can I touch the spots? I'm gonna lean in. Don't ask questions. And I'm just gonna start poking the spots where I think the concentrations are.
Make a medicine check.
I can do that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright.
Is this really the time to be hitting on me?
That is
Ooh, you grabbing his neck.
Straight
26.
T-bone daddy.
Huh?
26.
26? You don't see anything, but you can, like, feel, like, something under the skin. Like, have you ever, like, felt like a lipoma?
Yeah.
Kind of feels like one of those in some places.
Does this hurt?
Feel much.
No.
It's, like, very faintly, you're like, maybe there's something under my skin there? But it's, like, very
No.
faint.
No pain.
No?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I mean, your finger is like a little sharp, but that's because it's bone.
Including the eye that you chopped off on your tail, this will make 9 extra eyes.
11.
You know, mine. I am almost certain this has something to do with your father.
Oh, okay. Great. Wonderful.
I talked to Danny and Sarah, and they, of course, want to explore the city. That's what they've always wanted.
Yeah,
Nikolai is obviously going to join them.
That's not a good idea.
No.
I mean, not until the place is cleared out, at least.
Well, regardless, they almost have it narrowed down,
Oh.
and they're going to go with or without us. So I asked them to wait a week. I'm assuming the trial and the holdings won't last more than a week. I will find a way to send them a message if it is going to last, but maybe they can help us. Maybe we can leave them at the gates, shall we say. Push in, but I would like to find a way to get proof of humans being on Char.
I'm sure we'll find that down there.
I need to understand where this place is. If you can
No.
draw a map, if you can tell us anything. We need to get as much information about it as we can for this whole beholder thing.
I'll do that when we're ready to go. Because I really don't want anyone going down there early.
No. And that's why
That's not what you need. What you need is to get rid of that curse, because that's the most important thing right now.
Yes, and that's
I
why
can
I
last-
asked.
This isn't going to kill me.
And that's why I asked the guard if there's anything that he could do or knows. If we're going to tackle this regardless, I'm going to need my strength. And I'm not afraid to make a bit of an ass of myself or make a deal with a guard to get back some of what I lost. I just wanted to make sure that we're on the same page, that Danny and Sarah are going to go with or without us, and our best chance is with them and what knowledge they can pull.
As you're having this conversation, you just hear someone, like, knock on your door.
I wrap myself up in the sheet. Hold up. Let me hide this first.
You'll throw you on the bed. You're napping.
Okay. Yep.
Alright. Before that, very quickly, I just gotta ask where you two are going. Are you still looking for Leaf, or are you changing your plan that you've invited Kisk along?
I want to look for Leaf first, but like if I see a place that looks like that's the place you go to get laid, like a club that's that kind of club.
Looking for the
you
red lights.
would definitely find the brothel that Cole went to before you run into Leaf.
No, we don't want to find that stuff. We don't want to pay for it.
Okay, so you're just looking for like a bar then?
Yep, or like a bar where you go to hook up.
I'll trust Nassim on this. Kiss is out of the game.
Want to find Leaf first.
Okay, well, unfortunately, you will not be able to find Leaf.
Don't.
Yeah, no.
I'll
You're
take
looking for a medieval club.
You've been like looking for a little bit, and you're like, Leaf.
Well,
You know, you go to the same bar that you were at last time. He's not there.
I give up. I got Kiss with me.
We tried. Sorry you couldn't find your slam mate.
Oh well.
But you can find another
There's only-
bar if you wanted.
Yep.
Yeah. What about this one? Let's go here.
You know what? Let's give it a shot.
All right, you just walking like the nearest one. It was like the one that you did meet Leaf at. And this one, seems decent. It's more like a meat hall than anything else. Definitely bullier, stouter people. You know, quite a few dwarves in this place. You guys walk in. There's like a little bit of like, this isn't the regulars, but soon enough, easy enough to rejoin with everyone else. Decent place, so, you know.
Does it look like the sort of place where people go to hook up?
It's definitely not a hookup culture, you know. There's regulars and stuff, but you know, there's still people trying. Make just like an insight check.
Yeah. I got insight. 19.
19.
Insight is like the only non-intellect thing that I'm trained in.
You get the idea, like, it's probably not like a hookup culture sort of thing, but it's more like, you know, you could find people that are here to, like, blow off steam. Like, it's not implied, but it is possible. You know, if you say the right thing, if you meet the right people, could happen.
Is anybody you like?
Like, what about her? I'll point over to a dwarven lady.
Nope.
Is that you saying no there, Nassim?
No, that's me talking to my dice. I'm looking for somebody that could pick me up and toss me around real easy.
Pretty much anyone in this bar, you're fucking nothing. As I said, this is a bullier place, you know, quite a few dwarves. You know, this is more like your miners, lumberjacks, you know, that sort of thing. You know, hard workers. You know, and it seems like they all seem to kind of know each other.
Red hair. Preferably a little scarred up. Gender does not matter.
It's maybe on fire.
Probably.
Oh, my hair is definitely like I got like a little bit of the flame going along here. Enough to be like eye catch.
But yeah, no, you can
So I go up to the girl that Kiss pointed out, and I'm like, I have a question for you. Have you met Kiss?
Hello, I'm Kiss. Can I buy you a drink?
make a
perhaps?
persuasion check.
Does he have advantage? I'm hoping.
Yeah, I got a wingman here.
Sure, you're gonna have
what-
advantage.
What was the check?
Just persuasion to buy the drink.
Persuasion, okay. Oh, cool, I have a +5 in persuasion.
It's not that hard to convince, don't you worry, but it's gonna go far, kid.
19.
19? She nods and she's like, you can buy me a drink.
I'm gonna give a thumbs up and assume, like, yeah, it's going good. We're doing it.
And you, what's your opening line to the dwarf fellow or lady that you pick up? You know, it's really, you know, a scarred dwarf with red hair really isn't that hard to find.
I'm gonna approach with drinks in hand. Say, Can I trade you a drink for the story of that skull?
What kind of drink do you bring?
I'm gonna ask for whatever is
Oh, just like the regular?
whatever is most popular, like whatever they recommend.
Yeah, I mean, for that, you don't even need to roll a persuasion. They just immediately grab it and they're like, it's a long story. We don't need another one of these.
Well, I have all night.
Alright. Very importantly, I'm going to jump back to the other group as we are getting close. When you open the door, Shalashar, you can see that it is one of the guards, you know, as well as somebody else that you recognize. The captain, the half elf, half sea elf captain. He's still there, shirt wide open, really long, bright red jacket. And he's just like, told we're hunting hags tonight. Quickly, to your room.
Alright. And I'll just
Looks
kinda, like,
over and he like sees Cole on the bed and he's like, oh, it's one of those groups, is it? Not my place to ask.
Kurt, do you mind if we have the room?
Uh,
No, it's fine if you stay. Just get dressed if you don't mind.
yeah,
I
I'd like to
figured
get
you had
dressed
your
alone.
own room.
Yeah, yours is like 2 doors down. I already got us rooms.
Thank you. Alright, then I'll sweep out the door and walk over. Can like probe on the door, open it.
I'll be there in 10.
Oh, you don't need to come. It's fine. But you, get on that bed. Go to sleep.
Oh, talking to me. Okay.
Should I?
No, he's talking to Shalashar.
Can he sleep?
Ooh, sexy. I
Because he's
don't.
both undead and an elf.
I don't really sleep, but I trance.
Chance, whatever you want.
Do you want to take a look at the mark on my head first?
Nah, I was told we're hunting hags. That's all I need to know.
Alright.
She has to come in the night. I want to watch you sleep. In a not creepy way.
No,
Look,
that's
I'll
creepy no matter what.
I'll sit in the center of the room, and I'll basically just sit down to my trance.
Alright. We are going to end today's session here, as it is getting to that time. But thank you guys for playing. I hope you had fun. And hopefully we'll see you guys next
yep.
week. Schedule might be a little weird, but we will figure it out. Until then, hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right.